Hey, I'm Klay Thompson from the Golden State Warriors, and you're watching HoopJab.
We had some turnovers. I think guys are trying to do too much, but we had to go to a tiebreaker, which is always nice. You know, we didn't have to a lot of those last year. I think the black won the first, second unit won the second, and then the first unit won the third game. And it was just very competitive. It's been very good.
I know we're only 2 days into camp here, but have you seen flashes of like what Paul can bring both on the court and like?
Yeah. Paul's just good. He's just solid. You know, he played today. We put him at the 4 with the second unit. That's the first time we've done that, and so you can clearly see he's not sure what we're running yet, but just his smarts and his spacing. And I think with Lance and Austin and Jamal, he kind of gives them the calm. And we want those guys, you know, in some ways to be the storm, like keep attacking. And those three guys they were terrific today, Lance, Austin, and Jamal.
How much him having played for you previously will increase his comfort to a new situation?
Well, I think he's comfortable in knowing, like, he can do almost anything. You know, he knows me well enough to know what you shouldn't do. So that allows him to be pretty free when you play, and you can see that. He's probably the most comfortable guy out here in some ways in that way.
To play off of what Ben said, do you sort of feel like you have a second coach out there on the court? To play off of what Ben said, do you sort of feel like you have a second coach out there?
Yeah, but you know, I feel that way with Chris too at times. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just the more IQ you have on your team, it can never hurt. You know, it can only help.
Do things look different with Wes? With the first unit versus
well, Wes played well today. Wes struggled yesterday, not because he was struggling. It's his first practice. He was clueless in what we were doing. But today, at the 3, you can see he was far more comfortable there because that's the position he's played more. He's used to running wide and in different spots. So it was good to see him play well today.
Is it maybe fair to say that part of this decision might not just be who's best as the 3 at the start, but who's best maybe playing 4?
Oh yeah.
There's other considerations outside of just who the better player is.
Exactly. And there are other things that go into it. With ball, you don't want to overuse it. You know, you got to be very careful with that. So, you know, we'll just see.
JJ had probably the best year of his career last year. I mean, that's fairly uncommon for a guy that's advanced in his career like him. How does he do that? How does he keep getting better? Is it just his style? The way he works?
Yeah. You know what I think this year, this team, you can see they tend to, they have this thing like they want to bring somebody along with them. And, you know, my vision of this team in the past, everybody worked on their game. I keep seeing, like right now, you know, usually JJ does that drill alone. He's doing it now with Austin. I guarantee you that was JJ to say, hey, let's do this drill together. You know, this morning, you know, Chris had a couple guys. Blake's been unbelievable, and so I think that's been good. But JJ just works. You know, he works, he moves. I think it's been really interesting to watch the new guys trying to guard JJ, and they think he's there, and they turn around, he's on the other side of the court, and he works you into the ground. That's what he does.
He does a lot of things like, I think, like functional fitness, like Pilates and stuff like that.
He's the deep guy, you know, with a flower child. So we just let him do his own thing, and it works.
Has he brought anyone along with him on that stuff that you've noticed?
Not yet, but I think a lot of guys are doing more than just the typical stuff. I think Rich, our strength coach, is a believer in that. So there's a lot of guys that not doing yoga all the way, doing parts of it, Pilates parts of it. I think it's important.
What would have happened when you were playing if some guy came to practice like Dominique was like, I'm doing yoga?
Well,
if it was Dominique,
yeah,
that'd be a bad example.
we would have followed him probably, but I mean, we didn't have a strength coach until my 9th year. We didn't stretch. We just, Patella blew the whistle, we walked out and started scrimmaging. I mean, who knew? Yeah.
Blake came into last season having really worked on and incorporated the mid-range jumper into his game.
Yeah.
Does that look even more improved?
Yeah, I just think now, like last year, he shot the ball well, and he kept working on it. Now it's just natural. He just shoots it. You know, it's not. He's at that point with his shooting. It's just a shot now. It's not a thought shot. He just shoots when he wants to shoot. But I think he's really worked even more on his ball handling too, which is good.
You were saying you were thinking about a maintenance plan for fall. With part of that possibly be sitting out back-to-backs at all?
Yeah, I'm sure that's, some games we will, some we won't. We're one of the lucky teams, I guess, with back-to-backs. We do a lot of them home and home. Those are a little different, I think, honestly, I don't know yet, man, but I think there'll be nights where if he doesn't play much the first night, he can play. We're just going to free flow it and see how it goes.
Do you have a favorite Paul story or moment?
No, I have a lot of great moments. Obviously, when you win a title together, you have great moments. My best thing with Paul is we bumped heads literally our whole first year. And, we're born on the same day. So I think we're both the same guy. And, by the end of the year, I remember him walking in the office and says, I'm doing what you want. And you're right. And he bought into it, and it helped him. But he didn't have to do that because he was already an all-star. He could have clearly said, I'm already an all-star. I'm not changing. And from my position, I wanted him to change for the betterment of the team. And he did it, and at the end of the day, we won a title because of it. But that was all on Paul. So I think, when a guy does that, the respect you have for him is amazing.